Hi, I'm Sean. I work at the Ministry of Health. I work for government. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so I did a master's like 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, I actually remember sitting in one of these like 3 years ago. But so it works out. Like I have a job. It's great. I get paid. Um, yeah, so after I finished my master's, I took like a decent break. Master's was a lot, and I finished it over the first lockdown. And writing a thesis over lockdown kind of sucked. It really sucked, but it was fine in the end. So yeah, after I finished that and took my time off, I started like casually looking for jobs. I did a lot of like applying through jobs to like Trade Me and Seek and all that. It was kind of shit because I was competing with a lot of people who came back from overseas. But in the end, and what I would recommend everyone should do is I signed up with a contracting agency. I went through GBL, and what they do is when for the ministry, we employ a lot of people, basically everyone, through contracting agencies. So they do all the work for us and they present us with all their applicants, and we kind of pick and interview people from those. It's really handy. So that's how I got my job. I started off as like a coordinator for 3 months, and I moved to Wellington immediately because why not? And then after that 3 months, my manager offered me an advisor position, which is pretty cool. And I took that. And now I'm a senior advisor at the ministry. That's pretty cool. So I work in the COVID directorate, which is now the public health directorate. So my team and me, way back when we still do a lot of all the COVID science. So like vaccines, boosters, who gets vaccinated, who's mandated to get vaccinated, all that sort of stuff. What vaccines we pick, when we choose the lockdowns, all that sort of stuff comes through my team. So like at the moment today, I was writing a memo for vaccinating under fives. So I'm gathering evidence and writing up recommendations that I will then send to the DG. And then we had a quick meeting with the Minister of COVID-19, which is Minister Viral, and we make our recommendations with the Chief Science Advisor on what we think we should do. So I'm currently doing that. Can't tell you what we're doing, like what the decision is, which is kind of cool because it's technically classified. But yeah, so that was all us. We hear a lot of people complain that about like the Prime Minister who was like making all these people get like the vaccine orders and stuff. But that was my team. That was all us. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So other than that stuff, on like day-to-day stuff that we do, I do so many meetings. My day, like my Tuesday is just meetings. It sucks. I'm allowed half an hour for lunch, which is a luxury. But other than that, it's just so many meetings. I wrote a lot of memos to the DG, the Director General, so Ashley Bloomfield, and then a lot of memos and advice to Prime Minister and Cabinet, and to Minister Viral himself, also Chris back when it was him. We also made a lot of decisions about what vaccines we should buy next year, what vaccines we're currently buying, what variants we'll get, like variant-specific vaccines, which is quite cool. That sort of stuff. The most recent memo I went that's gone public is the decision to vaccinate for 50s and over. So I did a lot of that work. I wrote the entire legislation for it. Most of the time the government listens to, which is really handy. So a lot of the stuff we do is just recommendations and they choose whether or not to listen. But they do listen usually, which is nice. Cool. I also, a day-to-day thing, like with government, we do a lot of writing. So like a key skill is writing, which is ironic because I am dyslexic. But that's fine. It works out. So if I can do it, anyone can. I write a lot of like daily dot points and quick briefings and everything. A lot of what ministers say on TV is prepared by us anyway. They have their own media team and we fill it in with all the details and stuff. It's kind of funny. They just get a speech rewrite. That's pretty cool. What else? Lately, I've been doing a lot of monkeypox stuff because that's all fresh and new and kind of fun. And it's nice to do things that aren't COVID. But overall, I really like my job. It's just like being at uni and postgrad. You do a lot of research, you do a lot of writing. The only difference is I get paid for it, and at 5 o'clock, I can usually go home, which is a nice change. So yeah, I kind of found this job on accident through GBL. They were looking for just extra people in the contracting thing. It was really cool. I interviewed for it like a day later, and then 2 days after that, I had the job. So it was like on a Monday, I was no idea what I was going to do. And on the Friday, I was getting ready to move to Wellington. It can be very quick if you want it to be quick, which is really nice. So generally, if you wanted to apply for a position like this, as long as you're like be hardworking, supportive for your team, and honest, and are willing to be very flexible with some things, we take just about almost anyone. My team specifically needed people with science backgrounds. Genetics was really helpful, especially when you're looking at COVID evolution. So I've written a lot of reports based on genetic stuff, which is quite fun. Many a speech to my team. The best thing about my job is, well, in the beginning it wasn't, but I have job security now. So I am now permanent contracted. I'm paid very well for what I do, which is really nice. I get more than what I would have got if I'd come out as a PhD student working in a lab, which is really nice. And I'm permanent, so that helps a lot. Means you can kind of plan for the future if you wanted to. So that's cool. I can work from home. I can basically work from anywhere in the world, just about. I just got to clear it with my manager. So that's cool. I could go work out in the middle of nowhere as long as I had internet. They don't mind. So that's like one of the best parts of my job. I plan on going overseas for like a month, and 2 of those weeks I'm going to be working. So it's great. Just got to get permission from the manager to take your government issue laptop out of the country. And yeah, as long as you have good literacy skills, this job's really easy to do. Yeah, it's great.
Hey, Sean, the contracting company that you went to that helped you get the job, did you pay them? Was it something that you had to pay to get on their books, or do they just take anyone? Okay, cool.
They just take anyone. So the ministry pays a premium to have the GBL, the contracting place, do all that stuff for us. So like I think I was on $42 an hour, and the contracting company got $50 an hour to contract me out.
Nice. Okay. Thanks for that. Thank you very much, Sean. That was really interesting. Yeah, and it's good to see you again. And I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying Wellington.
Yeah, it's great.